To give you a number, at 5,500 RPMs, you have over 100 Newton meter. And this is still there till 40,500 RPMs. That's a lot of torque. It's a big mountain of torque. And the top end power is 207 horsepower. So that's 8 more as the previous one. And in your BMW, what we announced, we deliver.
That's very cool. Everybody's afraid about new system, new electronics.
Yeah.
This shift cam, we already tried it. I had the honor to try it on the big adventure bike.
Yeah.
So I know that it's reliable. But what about this race bike? Because everything is moving faster inside this engine. Did you make other modifications to the oil pump or something like that?
Okay, the whole engine is brand new. So just to give you a figure, the camshaft follower, we reduced the weight from 11 to 8 grams.
So this is a new system. The camshaft follower wasn't here before.
No, it was here before, but it was heavier.
Okay.
So we reduced it, and the intake valve is a titanium valve, and we make a hole in the middle of him, so we make it even lighter. So we reduce the weight of the camshaft of the whole system over there, so that we can increase the RPMs. That's one. Then we have the water pump and oil pump is in one unit, so make it as well lighter and deeper in the engine, so that we can deliver the always right oil pressure and oil volume.
I've seen that the alternator is smaller than before. Actually, every part of the engine seems a bit smaller. And from what I'm seeing right now from the top, it seems a bit narrower.
Absolutely, it's like this, I would say 3 centimeter, 30 millimeters narrower, but it's a little bit higher engine, so it's narrower. We lose over 4.5 kilo in the engine, 4 kilo. We lose 4 kilo in the engine.
Huge.
Even if we bring the camshaft the BMW shift cam, which increase the weight a little bit, we reduce it in the end.
So tell me, it also looks not that long as the previous model. Is it right?
In the end, the wheelbase is similar, more or less similar. But what makes it short is that we have no tail light here anymore. Our tail light is in the indicator. That makes it look smaller.
So the wheel distance between the wheels
Yeah,
is
it's
the same.
plus minus the same.
I couldn't spot this rear swing arm and not be amazed about it, because it wears the BMW logos right now. It's a reversed version like the ones on MotoGP. How this will affect the way the power will be delivered to the wheel and the bike riding abilities.
You bring it up. If you look in the MotoGP, Moto2, Moto3, MotoGP, everyone has this kind of swing arm, even the World Superbike. So a fast lap is not an issue. Everyone can do a fast lap, but if you want to be fast over a race period, and if you're riding straight, damping system, front and suspension can work pretty good. As more lean angle as you guess, as more that the frame has to work, or the swing arm has to work, or the tire has to make the damping system in the end. So, and with this kind of swing arm, it's perfect for the durability of the tire, so the tire life increase. In the M package you have the carbon wheels, the M seat with more grip, it's harder with the lithium-ion battery, all riding modes. The DDC, dynamic damping control, is in the dynamic package. So, and your question, this system is new because in the previous one, the electronic and the mechanical system, you can open it. It is like it is, and it was in a row. So here we have it. The mechanical system, it's built like a standard system which you know from racing, with a shim package, everything. So you can open it, you can adjust your shim package as you want to like, and the electronic part is parallel. So
Okay, so we can work with the suspension right now.
exactly as a racer like to do that.
So we can keep this suspension when going out on the track, which is very good actually, because it will be good for faster riders as well.
Absolutely, and we changed the philosophy, because the previous one was the damping on soft, and we increased the damping, and with this new DDC generation we have the maximum damping, and with the bypass chain we open the valve and we reduce the damping, so we always in this condition which makes sense for the rider.
Will the older version of suspension fit on this bike?
No,
The older cartridges or
no, because the
everything
DDC,
is completely new, yes.
yes, exactly.
Tell me about the new dash, because I've seen it already on the big adventure bike, and you also put the joystick over here, which
Exactly.
will help you navigate to the menu easier. So you got extra riding modes right now. from what I know.
Exactly. What we bring up new, we have now two worlds of riding. We have the street world with rain, road, dynamic, and race. That's the street world. And we have the track world with race, race Pro 1, 2, and 3. And this means that the Pro modes, you can configure them. So, and it's very, very easily. You just have to press the menu button, and then you go over there in the configuration menu, press it again, go to configuration, press it again, and everything is showing there. So you see what is on the
riding mode and everything.
Exactly, everything is showing.
So you can walk with everything that you want on there. So you have dynamic traction control, brake, just like the telemetry on a
exactly.
World Superbike.
And what's cool is if you press it again, just for example, go to the engine. It shows you what is in the mode 1. It tells you it's a source is race, optimal throttle response, maximum torque of throttle activity. So in the 2 you have a little bit reducing the power or the torque in first, second and third gear for better acceleration. You don't have to read the manual. Everything is written here, and you don't need 10 fingers, just working over the joystick or multi-controller, how we called it.
So it's very accessible. I like that about every BMW bike because I can switch everything I want by the press of a button. So
exactly.
This is very cool actually. The looks are pretty much changed. Not in a bad way, but in a different way, whole different way, because the old bike was asymmetrical.
Exactly.
Everybody got used to it. It was almost a take it or leave it look.
Yeah.
But this one, it's more futuristic, more aggressive. I think.
I'm absolutely agree with you, and we have a lot of followers that liked asymmetric, definitely. But asymmetric has a story because it was the old technology, which we just find the weight. And now with LED, it makes no sense to reduce the lights, shapes, because it is so little. And then we decide to go, let's go in a symmetric, because if you build it asymmetric, we make it more heavier. Our target is reduce the weight, and we reduce the weight in this M package with 13.5 kilo.
Very good, actually. And another difference on this new model is the ergonomics, because it seems that this angle is a bit wider from
Absolutely.
And the tank seems a bit smaller.
The tank is smaller in terms of here of the angle. It's the previous one has this kind of angle. That means if you are braking, you know that as a racer, always it bends your legs. You always slide, so you can get more support from here. The frame, if you look at, it's so narrow. It's similar to V4. It's no big difference. So that the seat gives a lot of grips, and the handlebar is wider and a little bit more open, not like that. It is more open. So, and the footrest on the standard one is machined, so you get a lot of grip from the footrest, from the seat, from the fuel tank.
There's a very impressive thing that you've made with a 333 clamp over here, because you cannot use clip-ons without adding a new part over here.
Exactly. The goal was here reducing the weight, and we find it's laughing. 126 grams.
Yes.
Yeah, it's everything comes together. But for races, they say, okay, would like to have a triple clamp on my fork. You just change this part.
Yeah, it's easy to spot because you have a bolt
exactly
on each side, and then you can fit it. So everything looks very good. What do you think? This M bike, it's already usable for track. So this is the package we should go for, because we have the lightweight wheel, the adjustable rear sets,
the light battery.
The light battery that delivers the same voltage, the same thing. Everybody is afraid of light batteries because they think they don't last as much as a usual battery, but it's the same thing.
If you look on your mobile phone, you have lithium-ion battery. You don't ask for battery which you have for 10 years ago. So that's
the thing, yes. So if you remove everything, in your opinion, it will go down without the Euro 4 regulations. It will go down at least 10 kilograms. So this will be another thing when you're using it on track.
If you go using on track, you take the mirrors away with the indicators, you take this away, you take the lights maybe away, you change the exhaust system to titanium, then you come really very, very definitely down on the 190. I don't really give it a number, but it's really big step.
So the thing is, when you switch to the race trim, then this bike will actually show up its abilities. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing you smiling already, so I know this will be very good. A lot of the changes, actually you don't have to change anything else, because this is a beam frame on the rear, just like the racing ones. So everything looks race intended already on
that was our target. to be competitor on the racetrack and give as well a benefit on the road. So, and if you look at the rear suspension, it's really far away from the engine, so we have less heat impact. Then we reduce the ratio of the damping. That means we have not, before we have 1 to 1.9, now we have 1 to 1.6. So that means less oil pressure. It's more sensitive, so it gives you better feedback.
Very cool job. We love it already. Can't wait to test it, and many thanks to you.
Thank you very much.
Many thanks.
See you guys. Thanks.